ha near my politicians and air direct here. Kotokadian. That time I hear to Dino.
The thing that when you were given name by your parent, you later came to ask them, say, why did they give you that name? And that did they bring them money? I don't think you went to ask your parents that. There's a reason to your parents did a dear also. Because they believe it's a sa
be a Kutukai cool leader. One wako ku. The entire airport na to no buso be the ochimu no. Ono wako ku to come and kroma.
We don't need permission from anybody to change the name. If we feel that the name near the tosono and yet a dia a deservia, we have the right to change it. It is not the money that is bringing. Because I don't
also near Kasa Ghana for such before the lady.
Edino, I was say as a sound it is a your mind, not say the Edibia to airport so now you didn't when we say Edini Yansenim Nipana or this are Edina married to airport so Nebra or boy no and so last week I was in Ghana and I met a lot of senior politicians in the NPP and the NDC and they were trying to explain to me why Bawumia doesn't like Afenyo.
Now, Sadiq Adams said to Mono Akanaju that chair the whole NPP, and it's getting straight back to all the big people within the NPP. And then never about Jinko Bomazanache video for mobile WhatsApp. Maybe check out your comment section and straight to the news. Now, about here, this inquiry about the change of Kotoka International Airport, Amanfono are taking it very serious and it's trending so much on social media. But there is a side of inquiry Amanfono want to Mundi. Kotoka as a person, he's a Votarian. But the way the MPP is withholding that in common on a wire, someone. The Afenyo Markins, who is the minority leader, no Kade, or he's a Votarian. Now there are Votarians within the NDC. It is going to go against the tribe or Votarians, the Votarian tribes. Sadiq Adams no man a bit of a reply there. As some more becano, now some of us started to can also church in Yaman onjeka. They didn't also. Say bet a pede your minority leader now why deny issue because Dr. Mahmoud Bami who there you are supporting another candidate against him now. Or didn't with the why didn't know issue, but you can decide to keep quiet because even in your own party, Kojo opponent Kroma within the NPP is going against you with that opinion. Indeed, opinion in your there. Kojo opponent Kroma now within the same NPP there and power sano NDC Mori and nine is in the right track. But now Afenyo Markins kada no, it's not in the right track. And see now which is which? Now, what is which? I don't listen to me, also sit to me. I want Sadiq Adams pull his certain letters, pull his certain information, certain evidence to backtrace as someone or cannot say there. That time and I worry you cool no. Around the 24th of February 1966 no. Come Kuma, no why he. So definitely say you know you here. They do certain things and people don't actually think about it too much. Come Kuma or your one-man army, or think it deeply. Let me bring a consomodam. At the time, Ghanaian population, the energy that will be produced by the consomodam, as at the time, it was going to be more than how much we needed in energy. But that excess energy, and Kuma there, say excess energy bar through the consomodam, we can sell it to our neighboring countries. Internet to date. If you look at the geographical demarcation of oil Nigeria, so what you move forward, Ghana is one. However, Nigeria does not have the luxury of oil, the dams which we benefit here in Ghana. Looking at Magana one, Inka, we are supposed to have, let's say, half of the dam. But that is the luxury in Nigeria for they don't have. Until we even in Ghana can supply energy to oil Nigeria. This was taught by one man, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, but unfortunately, instead of them, Goboshama wa tianili another ne 10 of officers don't know. Jana Kutoka, together with certain people, senior men be obi wako JHS kakra wako nenyim kakra with certain senior men within the service, or making sure that we both to pay, which is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and they succeeded. But there was someone who took a bullet for Oya Kwame Nkrumah, according to the research. And this person, we name this airport after the person. People who suffered, someone who built the airport, Nizin was not after him. But the name is after him. Also, how come? This cannot be true. But if you can see, this is something strategic being done by John Dramani Mahama. All the machinations and the quietness from John Dramani Mahama no, is a bit very, very, very interesting. Because what's nature, the small boys, no one machine in Yama. And that is a very good strategy. Because paying it ebe cancel to begum. And when the people are trying to move out, you just look at what is moving on in the social media space and what people are saying on the grounds. Now, are people accepting it? To the shock, or to my surprise, with the research, with the Sadiq Adams is even throwing shade at the NPP, calling out all their names and making them feel there. What in some common words in necessary? Because how can you tell me that Obia why you cool or to Obia why in the project? Not that many pan or you cool no mom, the project is going to be after him. The fact that the mistake was done some years ago does not mean that mistake has to be with us, has to be continued during our time. There is research. And also, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, we are here to a point today. They even receive, it is even on record there, Kotoka with certain people even receive certain money to overthrow him. Into what I imagine, there over 20 years, or the past over 40 years, the past, and he has been named as the man of the millennium. No, today. The name Dr. Kwame Nkrumah no sende, name Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Regina, as against other political parties, it didn't another more from I want to say Dr. Kwame Nkrumah will still vote for the man because of what he has done. That should tell you what it means for him to be given the man of the millennium. Into that kind of politics, now what they should actually stop. Because Afenyo Markins is unfertile. Now, the behind the scenes agenda has been orchestrated by John Dramani Mahama straight from the Akachi of Angel FM. Yaboko the Akachi of Sport Obama. Need saying summer, this is the behind the scenes of Nkomai. And is it going to be a change? Well, share video from your WhatsApp area. Check out your comment section.
My minority leader, Afenyo Markins, me who said that he was against now Okesitiano. Me who said upon Nkrumah so say is a step in the right direction. But John Paul Nkrumah support it. So even within the opposition party, Krana Yenim say, Anka government no ye bibia or motor authority and within them or Mankasa Krano be supported.
Me mom dear no craning ya me makawaha me position on this. It's never gonna change. Mame hu Kwame Nkrumah. And I won't say it to me ye adwuma bi ebre na omo ye no na nipa bebre entiase. But years later, no one who said, wait, it was a wrong move. Because a near my who yes, sir, Kwame Nkrumah I hear no. Obi be catch oh, abrofuni jaiska, and ye waya de yetimaibi. And ya abrofuni jaiska, ye waya de empoa, ye de yetimaibi. Ye who send cratabe bria, ye try the far Kwame Nkrumah, ne no crack. Years later, time or mutu no be I say, come or Ghana, fine. And now come dear chance abreno. Yen three obia sutu. 2. Enyuma obeye ye no. Eda sukuta oman mu a wuyi free ho oman ni pile nyina abofom kukuro. 3. Dear oya ya oje ye fa hodie nko ama ye say the first sub-Saharan country oje independence would inspire the entire continent. We are singing out to abayi in 2000 say oye Africa's man of the millennium. Since ye see mu 1900 ebesi 2000 nipa wa inspire Africa pa na Kwame Nkrumah no na yen ye tikrum ha na ma politicians na air director ya kotoka de no that time ye to di no na e bia kotoka ye cool leader wono wakoye cool de enti ade airport na to no buso obi ade o chemu no ono wakoye cool atu Kwame Nkrumah ba ye be ye cool atu ono no or fighting against near bone to an achievement no na ku na wo enye na wo kotu obi no ye be tu a wo fight against ku di ani ana ne fan koto Salifu Dagate Nkrumah bodyguard na ana ne fan to so me ai
eji tu ababa ma
ko eji tu ma Nkrumah ana ne fan kotu no kotoka de ne de apart from say ye dey beto Accra International Airport no kotoka en serve any interest our Ghana history in my opinion.
Thank you.
Kotoka serve any interest because one say ya the idea kotoka now after 60 months way and a year 60 years 24th of February 1966 and no mutu Kwame Nkrumah a yes or man name no bosumi we 60th anniversary yada who say after 60 years and Nkrumah's overthrow was a mistake. Ogana ni bia of a beto abano 90% in my opinion 90% nkwankra o makan ngoma ebe hu se nkontompo ankrofo bi twetwofa Kwame Nkrumah ona nya no kre enne Kwame Nkrumah oje fa ahodie no obi anim ne fie ne mansion wo Ghana obi anim Kwame Nkrumah mansion osima Samia ana osisi ja ne ma ye hu ne ma ye ne omo ne nam ha ye ne ma ne nam ha normal a ye hu se omagege asase afa enti kotoka ne interest ne se obetu Kwame Nkrumah obi antimi nka ene contrary team bia ankyere obi se wo ye Gani ono kwa na ye Gani unim nipa airport ne fata no Gani a airport ne fata ne ni kwabena boni ono ye fe ne boycott hene abrofo no toto ne mamu so omo di bu ya no wate asikrom 1948 real ane ohene a ofri ne no sayo hene kra otachiman okate across ono na set up boycott omo na gina Kwame Nkrumah machi nti se nkranfo ope obi a waje din na ode ne kra to ho go and read about ni kwabena boni boycott hene omo na yedi to omo okwa mo say kotoka ye nkrani a waje din soja ni nkrani okotutu eyi aban free one ne mfaso ne say
ye nyankrani bia
nti nkranfo a mo ye adwuma wo Ghana ha ye be select nkrani ba ko so ye mfa airport because unim ukoma bia so a obi be wura krom ha airport no offer no obeko Google Kotoka airport oti play ma Kotoka airport obesi Kotoka airport welcome to Yenye gateway eyo obi a wo tu ya banya wo ji independence ma yegu ya na wo kwa se we kra chi obi a Ghana adu he sa sabre na yede tu Kotoka no obi a se Kwame Nkrumah nye years later ya ba be hu se omuboa ne yeda so de din ne to so media say aban we say nanado aban saa de no mpo a obi ani me position say Kotoka de he on befete anything monumental ye betima ko see ne statue ketua bi obabi ane nawo na ye de ato na nani krum but ye national airport for politics to nchen na busa ho say Kwame Nkrumah nya no aban be ne betima tu no ya to about 60 years ni ye ka say yen kokrom nne yen to abama president of all time nkola o ma hu no beto ama no eno na kire say ni din emfiri hoda ukọ Afenyo Markins say Zambia Nkrumah nkrofo ni omo sisui Jomo Kenyatta International Airport
Now, Sadiq Adams says to make another reference to Kwame Plus Bra or your interview with Sawami here on GH1 or Strike Day. In Koma about Dama term limit no or yan Kumobia on Huye Pa na Eboha. A man be brain na Kasan why ye will come hano. They did not have any limit to oil the term. It is Nkabasha Dia Adzanka wafana de Ayebi Edu Pempe to be a padet tiado. Inka Oyadzanko ye. But then Eshayan term limit will gather Mayima. Chado bi ko term 2 a onko bi nka ho na wa ba ya asam but ehwe bia wa tu mu aye dwuma pa nyama otumu kodo pa owiase ma ehwe all of these countries e wotum no waye honi dwuma a waye brimpon amanpon no they didn't have any term limit na waye onu no wewie no chede obi tum tena da be da bia 5 years or structure man. Now, if you look at statistics and research, so man ankasa no, all the sectors be need one party to organize things for about 20 years. That is what is happening in Burkina Faso. That is what is happening in China. That is what happened in Singapore. The way I will see NPP food in Kwamano, no, it is not in the right direction. Now, also there is something that he has to say. Thinking now, okay, what may you think, Kwamano?
di omusua no ye Kwame Nkrumah o udu Rwanda Kenneth Kaunda International Zambia Kenneth Kaunda International Airport uko Kenya Jomo Kenyatta International Airport uko Tanzania no omoso di ato Julius Nyerere International Airport o Arutambo nipa omodi omo kra to ho amakru no di obetu aban a wo fate Ghana ye biggest problem ni nyina ne say and I know me who say A plus a case I was see it to me by Bakona or 30th year foundation year too. Sadian Nana Kwame Nkrumah. Me menchire mu ne nneema yakin kan kakra de kire se chua abra Kwame Nkrumah ji independence na kwa se okun asi ubonsi ewia na obi apese obedidi bi but so ji independence na you have to set the country on track. Say Singapore there no ban political parties that time no ban political parties.
Exactly what the guy is doing in Burkina Faso.
Yes. Afenyo man no pesa odisi kwan so bo obi apesa o kire se onu so pesa obedi bi MPP ni NDC adidi entia o we pesa obedi na we abedi bi but time now we need that so say me mempe japade Singapore for no mo ba ha besua se dia na Kwame Nkrumah ye set your mind no railway o mind no bus system o mind no housing o mind no electricity o mind no water o mind no roads niam ye basic ni nyina school setting up for about 20 years uwia na afi o se yento aba omo o man no mahu de omo waya na on pese omo tuma wa no man dey omo mo ato aso but we here minimum of 20 years to set up a country. US amai na omo bamu a omo ginagina omo na so ho na say omo start here na omo to aba oji independence at the following year okoto aba nka ye nya akosombo dam because osi akosombo dam no minority for omo ho ka say ehia eno na ekoso nei aban bi be ye project e ye pa but minority no kokwa say ya what support no nti ye nto mawo na ye to abawie na obi ba no abedi kakra o ye tema motorway ene nkrata wo ho e kire say minority for more parliament sa bre ne kire say tema motorway na nyeden ehia
A road to nowhere.
A road to omo friend Nkrumah's road to nowhere because no be antetema Jimmy Muno munim se yi kwan ansa na nipa akọ enti na na ye kosi dan e wa asalaja ansa na yi kwan nti obi dan si asalaja odi moto ne kofie e kwan ni ho
Opaki wo filling station odi moto akọ ni fie akoda but ye yi kwan ansa na nipa akọ enti Nkrumah na adwen na eda ne tiri mu no nkrofo yo mo wo ho mo ye politician yi obi adwen kete wo de Nkrumah de edisi wa enye he ne ye ka wa abrofo because some ba no mu hu niam o ye ohwa akosombo dam na ohwa de odisi na ni so say oh yeah enka ne komo ne yeda along the dam ni nyina anuane ho ne ye irrigation 60 years ni omo tu no number omo timi ye den buzi free me krom ka osa me support to the support ne sa brofo bebre ye no na omo de to so brofo omo ti so brofo nko a bibi esie bia opam ne ye nka se ye Kumasi Accra omo friend is expressway ubenya opposition ni obeba beka se enye na so obi atwa letter akọwa
be dem hu ye but ne nkrofo owu o kwan na ekọ fia no ne nkrofo owu but oka se ya onsa ma ba mu biem uti de America no nti uma adidie ne ye de wo abra waje independence Singapore ye obi a ni wa obetimi Malaysia oje independence find leader ba ko a oye incorruptible find the leader ba ko wo vision and adwen so because ye fa adwen keto anyi independence so what do you say unfa nyi independence da ye hu nkrofo mo twere krata koma British Queen ne say omo jaya ye bewu krata ne nyina da ho ne say mu jaya na mokọ a ye ntumi nye ye man no but Kwame Nkrumah kire say senko tena so anko betumi aye within 3-4 years factories e Ghana including Northern Ghana ne ye ntumi nye factory bia o Northern Ghana o but that time omo na ye nam because of nantwie enti no omo na ye can beef for the supply Ghana no omo wie can beef na omo de nantwie no ne leather no omo san akoton ama Guinea for the yeshu chese utimu sa akwa na adwen na eda ne timu no eso but ye pebi adi ye nyina na ye wo mamu ha wo kra wo beto ye wo ha ye ne akọ school na wo fra brochire aba na wo pese oje independence na ye so man ye so ye pese edidi mu kakra nti kona ye mran Nkrumah di 3 years a ke nya akosombo dam ke nya temamoto we ke nya poalugu dam ke nya bnyema ne bebre nti sa nipa we no obi kotu no na after 50 years krata beto se nipa no mukotu no CIA for say ye ne soma no because Nkrumah no was say Africa for adwene a omma ye nya gold na ye pen ye nya ene CIA krata ne da ho a che say kotoka ene ankra abrofo bi na hye o machi say Kwame Nkrumah nya so onya ade o ba mo nkotu no nkrata we nyina ye public into wote wona de politics e kire say one kasa you don't know your history ye bi say Nkrumah cheche nipa tum yes me say da bia me boli kwan you de na o say at a point in a country's life video no ho public ya near the Singapore yeah example of a model country in the world was at a point in country's life you have to imprison people without trial because oh yeah kwan no ultimate say 20 years 30 40 50 years kwan we na beji o man no obi cement ase no ye demonstration afa na okosha mra wo parliament ultimate say de me ye won say wow ma wow ma mo fi o ye bibia ma na kra ne say ompe ultimate say we na beboa 20 years later but 20 years no be realize ya no wonu ne ho ba sabre no say wan fa bank no a ade Nkrumah ye ni nyina be kire say na ye correct decision na no oteki ontumi nya ni nyina pepepe na ye betu obi dia ye de kotoka na ono tu Nkrumah pam no free o minum a say na nye ono ana adwen no de atu ono soja ni a wie primary school ni afa ni soja no akọ JSS kakra no this police form panyifo aka bom na ye behwe ya sa abrofo na atete sika ma omodi se muntu no na wo inspire Africa na ni din da so ankranfo timi ankranfo bi say ono nkwane ga persona ntinkranfo omuko soja bebrebe omuje din no kotoka ngwada ebobra
oye bibi ehemfo adwuma bebrebe omuje
it can be ni taki it can be ni kwabna boni mimi hu ne say oye deserving already a history omo inspire trade abrofo it me the tinapa ombe fa fish o omo de akogu kan mu omo de ba na omo ton ama ya boden no asi krom yem boycott ye nto omo niam because abrofo ne pese ye be produce bibia nya Kwame Nkrumah ne ba ya nke ye beto ye guzo eto niam afri abrichire enti niam ye ni nyina no nya se obi support to say aban bi nete so bakotoka de meme se odike party ne kura ba na omo se omo ye Kutuka International Airport omu change ya because after 60 years ya be kenkan krata hu say nipa omutu Kutuka enye omope omutu Kwame Nkrumah nye omope abrofo ne tie omachi abrofo no so release statement aba abonten say they were influenced akwana dia oye no gold ayenya free krom ho no onfa ma ye biem diamond ayenya no onfa ma ye biem oma other countries kura so wo san hye omo say munye say ne beboa mu na obi pan African obi an adwen so sa no niam ye no wo ye be 50 years ahead nya Kwame Nkrumah na ye motorway ansa na Britain for ye motorway kwan ya ne nam oman na chi omo frɛ no N1 chese akwa na adwen na edanitim na ye mfa nto no kra ye se kotoka
yempe obi fo frɛ
yempe obi dem se ni kwabena boni se Accra na mo mpe a na ye fa nto kra